About to go into the first match of a Shadows over Innistrad draft. We have a red-green werewolf deck with lots of werewolves, but no synergies for them. But we do have Arlen Cord, so we have that going for us. But that is not the kind of hand we want. Oh my god. I don't think this one is either. At least we do have removal, and we can cast it. And we have plenty of things to pitch to it, but I think we still go down to 5 here. All right. Not the best hand ever. I mean, at least we have a couple 2s. I think we probably leave that on top. I think drawing, well, I think it's better than drawing a land, almost, although we do need a 4th land to play it. We don't have any spells to buff it, but I think we still put it on top. Going to 5 is not good, but we are helped by the fact that our opponent went to 6. That's a little helpful. So, yeah. Maybe we can just get a fast start and run our opponent over, maybe. Don't have a whole lot of confidence about that, though. Not gonna lie to you. Those first 2 hands were like 2 of the worst hands you can get. So let's play our Quilled Wolf first. It's more likely that it can swing here in the early going. Daring Sleuth, okay. What do we draw? Oh, that's pretty good. We also need a land for that, though. I'm going to swing with my wolf here and offer up the trade. All right. Then I'm going to play our Fiend. So if we can get Valdaran Duelist online, like next turn, we're definitely going to swing for a lot, but we'll also be basically out of gas, other than our Pyre Hound, and just have to hope we draw well from here on out. So our opponent is Teamer. I'm guessing red is probably a splash color, just because Daring Sleuth and red don't usually go together super well. Although the red-blue spells deck can definitely make some tokens, so... Right, Mangled. That's annoying. Probably tap my Fiend down and swing for 2, yeah. Alright. Well, that's something we can cast, at least. Our opponent's tapped out, so I'm trying to decide whether I want to use it now to like take down his Sleuth before it transforms into a real problem. I think I'm going to. It'd be great to be able to use it once Pyre Hound's in play, but we don't have that luxury. So we'll do that instead. We're up to 1 card type too, which is relevant for our Gibbering Fiend later. Just need to get a land in there somehow. We don't have like any good way to get a land in there. But we could get sorcery, instant, creature... maybe we can't. I don't think we have an enchantment, do we? We'd have to get a land discarded from our hand somehow. Or milled. And I took out Tormenting Voice, so... So we still have the chance, like if he swings here, plays a blocker, if we can play our Duelist next turn and just crack in for 7, that's pretty big. But we do need to draw land to do it. Not going to attack, which is interesting. Could have just the wind or something. Ugh. Well, we're not going to attack either. Our 1/5 drops in our hand. Too bad we don't have a werewolf in play that transforms. It's important to remember we did mull to 5, so... Surprisingly, our opponent doesn't seem to be able to do anything either. He could have a counter spell. And because of that, that kind of makes me want to try to play Pyre Hound first. Because I can't think of another reason he'd just be leaving his mana up like this. I'm going to try to play my Pyre Hound here and see what happens. Nope, it resolves. So if our opponent keeps doing nothing, we get to swing for even more next turn, though. So that's the upshot. Could have something like just the wind. Still, so he's up to 5. Okay, well that's annoying. I should have just gone for the duelist earlier. Because now we can't do a whole lot. I think we just play our Blood Mad Vampire and end our turn. I mean, we're making it so a future turn where he decides to swing with one of these guys will be pretty good for us. I don't really... Oh, he's going to swing. Interesting. Okay, well, we're taking 4. Don't play anything else. Okay, well, that means we can have a pretty explosive turn here if that's all he's got. So we're going to try. He could have just the wind, but he can still only bounce one of these creatures, and everything else I have can trade with the duelist. So we're going to make the Mangler unable to block and just bash as hard as we can here. I mean, we do take 8 on the backswing, but it's definitely worth it to just smash here. I'm guessing he blocks my Blood Mad Vampire, especially because if it hits him, it gets big enough. Oh, he's probably got just the wind. Or Jace's Scrutiny. Okay. Alright, well. That is annoying. Okay, so those two trade, and you only take 7 now, which I don't love, but I like that we still killed a creature and did 7. Our Arsonist would be pretty nice, because especially after it transforms, it can just tangle with that Thornhide Wolf. Alright. Well. Bash in for 4. Alright. I think I'd rather play the Courier. I mean, if this gets to transform, obviously it's a big problem. But it's probably not going to. Our opponent's drawing a lot of cards. I'd rather play the card that allows me to double block and not get nearly as... not have it be nearly as bad, basically. We're doing pretty good, considering we mulled to 5, by the way. I feel pretty good about that. I don't just want to swing here and offer this trade yet. Soon he's just not going to be able to attack because he'll be in danger of, just taking lethal. So I think I probably double block the Thornhide with Byway Courier and Gibbering Fiend. Probably. I could also just take 4 without too much being too upset about it. Wish we had another one of these. Surprising our opponents being as aggressive as they are, considering we could have another one. Wouldn't mind Slayer's Plate, although it's a little clunky right now. I think drawing a land is probably a pretty great thing for us to do. Lightning Axe also very good, obviously. Oh, Lightning Axe, I guess, is a way we get a land in our graveyard. Forgot we still have that. Opponent deep in the tank. Got 2 Highland Lakes, too. It's pretty nice. They have some nice mana. We haven't seen why they have red. And in fact, we've only seen 1 non-blue card. They could be the red-blue spells deck, though. I mean, we've seen Press for Answers and Jace's Scrutiny, which are both good in that deck. It's good in the Clue deck, too, though. The blue-green one. I mean, the good news is, even though we're struggling on lands, being able to play this is solid. I don't mind that. All right, yeah. So he can't really attack anymore for a while. Okay, well now we just play our hunter. We're just going to try to go as wide as we can on this opponent. And this having Menace will be pretty great for that. It only has Menace when it transforms. But so right now, if I swing with all of this, my opponent would almost be dead, and that's only if he has nothing in his hand, which seems unlikely. So we're gonna chill. I think we have enough board presence so we don't have to be super worried. I wish I could just get this turned on. Lightning Axe plus land would do it right now. Let's see what they have here. Sleep paralysis. All right, well, that is sad to do that to our little creature. All right. Now is it worth attacking? These both get blocked, and you take 7 again, and that's again assuming you have nothing in your hand. Oh, actually it's 8 if they have nothing in their hand. It might be worth that risk. We're at 10, and we can still play our Arsonists. We will lose some creatures here. Because, yeah, he can only block 2. Oh, no, it is 7. I was right. I don't know what kind of math I was doing. Because he'll block 2 3s. Yeah, so let's go ahead and try to play our Arsonist, see if it gets countered or something. Does not. So we're just trying to go as wide as we can here to get around this large wolf. And it seems to be working. Our opponent does have 3 cards in his hand, though. So things are probably not quite what they seem. If we let this transform, we'll be pretty happy, though. All right. Uninvited Geist has joined the party. Well, that's pretty good. In fact, I think it's very good. We're going to use Rapid Bite here. He could end up having a way to stop it, but even if he does, it's not like we lose the game or something. So we're going to Rapid Bite that wolf. He could have just the wind or any number of things like that. Yeah, he does. All right. So, I mean, it's a 1-for-1, and it's not like we can't do anything else. So we'll play our Forge Master and end the turn. Got him to use a card, too. And we can block this. So the big problem is when you can't block that thing. Our Fiend and our Wolf can block it. Once we get to 6 lands, that wolf will be a legitimate concern of our opponents. Interesting. You may have a way to let it get trample, which would be bad. If it's Rush of Adrenaline, it will get in, and that will be a problem. But we're going to... I mean, we could triple block it, and then if it is Rush of Adrenaline, it won't hit us. But it would kill 3 of our creatures. So if that's what he has, I think we just let him do it. Nope, he just wanted to trade, which is kind of surprising. All right, Byway Courier. Okay. So I think we play our Arsonists again. Hopefully. Counter Magic? No. And we play this land, which I guess we could have held on to for a turn, but we were tapped out anyway. So if we swing right now, our opponent has 3 blockers. He'll stop 3 3s, and we'd only get in for 4. So not worth it. I think letting these 3 guys transform is going to be worth it. I could just take a turn to swing with my Quilled Wolf, which wouldn't be too bad. And because he doesn't have to block it, I guess, but he loses something Like I can kill both his courier or his mangler, or just his Thornhide Wolf, depending on how he blocks. Don't play more creatures. Okay. Didn't want to flash that in, huh? And they have a land to discard. Shoot. Okay. Now our Quilled Wolf attacking isn't very impressive. We're just going to let all of our guys transform. Or both of them. Oh, no, yeah, it's 3. They're all going to transform. See if our opponent can untransform them. The Menace one is the one I'm most excited about. I wish we had Breakneck Rider in play. That would be awesome right now. So our opponent won't be playing 2 spells this turn, so they're staying the way they are. And I can probably swing with my Ravagers and my Quilled Wolf next turn. Malevolent Whispers does seem like it would be really good right now. It does seem that way. This thing's so hard to block. Like, it'll kill anything my opponent tries to block it with. So it may be worth attacking with it, too. And maybe this, too. I mean, it's going to force a lot of awkward blocks for our opponent if I attack with all of that, you know. I wonder what they have in their hand, though. Holding on to this land for, like, if we get... Ooh. Well, that'll help. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we're going to play her because we want to use her +1, I think. Giving like our Menace guy Trample and Vigilance is pretty nice. All right. I think we attack with maybe just the Gatstaff Ravagers. Yeah. Let's be conservative here. Has Menace, so he has to double block it, and there's no way he can double block it that he doesn't lose 2 creatures. So you have to block it with at least 2 things, buddy. I mean, the Wolf plus the Byway Courier isn't the worst trade ever for our opponent, but we now have Arlen Cord, so yeah, that's what he's going to do. We get in for 1. No, we get in for 2 on that. It's not too bad. Wait. Oh, yeah, that's enough to kill it. No, we don't get in for anything. Why is it making me do... You have Trample, don't you? Oh, no. I was thinking this gave Trample. Well, shows what I know. Should probably have read my Arlen Cord there. But that still worked out pretty well for us. We got a 2-for-1, didn't we? Opponent does get to draw a card now. It's been a grindy game, especially considering we have like a crap ton of creatures in play. We probably put a wolf in play this time because we want to be able to bolt this Pack Guardian, which is on her other side. Or pumping our whole team. That's what I was mixing up. We probably should have put a wolf in play and then pump my whole team. That's what I wanted to do. I was mixing up her 2 sides, which one should not do. I was combining her +1 on that side with her +1 on the other side. So yeah, we'll put a wolf into play this time and look to use like the overrun effect next turn. Okay. Can probably play 2 spells this turn and shrink back down my werewolves, which is kind of sad. Interesting. Makes that a better blocker, I guess. And it makes it survive a bolt, but he could have made that survive a bolt. Oh. Yeah, we still do what I said. Get ourselves a wolf, and then she transforms, which is what we should have done last turn. But this is going to be pretty good. Makes it huge. And if it dies, I get a 1/1 spirit. So, and our opponent has to block it. You know, he'd probably trade his Pack Guardian for it. Wow. I probably should have just attacked with everything, but there's too many things in his hand that could be a problem. Can this just bolt players? Yeah, it can. So we just win next turn basically no matter what. With that much mana untapped, there were lots of tricks that could have undone me swinging with everything. Okay. Well, I think we just do everything we can here to keep ourselves from dying. And because we should just win the game with Arlen Cord next turn, so. Okay. That does mean they trade now, but that's a 2-for-1 for us. And that should just give us the game no matter what, basically. Yeah. Probably could have had it a turn earlier, but I didn't want to risk it when we were in such a good board position. So we wouldn't mind something that blew up enchantments. Malevolent Whispers did seem pretty good in this matchup. I mean, I don't know if we're always going to end up in a board stall like we did there, but it does seem pretty good. And Dual Shot doesn't seem that good, so we didn't see that many creatures who die to it. So yeah, let's bring in our Whispers. See how that goes. Looks like we have to mulligan another hand here in game 2. Our opponent did too, though, so. All right, this one I think is a keep. It's pretty good, actually. It would be nice if we had green, but we can do a lot of stuff in our hand as is. Oh, I hit mulligan on accident there. Killing it. Well, this one's not terrible either. The other one was definitely better, though. Definitely better. This one is is fine, and that makes it a lot better, but having the 2-drops and the removal spell in our opening hand was probably better. This game we're not playing anything until turn 3. Although if we go turn 3 Hermit, turn 4 Intrepid Provisioner, that's not too terrible. Yeah, we really don't want that thing to transform, but we can't do anything about it this time. It basically becomes a you have to block this creature kind of thing if it transforms. And he's not too far away from being able to transform it. So, play our Hermit here. Assuming it resolves. It does. So, we're going to be able to play our Provisioner next turn, theoretically. Well, that's no fun. Well, I think we still replay the Hermit here. Wow. Yeah, our opponent's just tempoing us to death here, so he can transform his guy soon. We can steal it, though, for a turn, I guess. Okay. And we can also block it once it transforms, assuming he doesn't have prowess. He is almost out of gas. I mean, although he is going to draw a card here. And transform this into Bearer of Overwhelming Truths. Yeah, that's bad. So he's going to transform his guy and hit us. Our opponent got like a very sweet hand this time. Even our other better hand wouldn't have been able to beat it. So he's going to hit us for 3, which will also then give him a token. A clue token, that is. So we'll take it. We don't have a choice, obviously. But a card like that can help us get back ahead, that's for sure. So we'll play our Breakneck Rider. Maybe I shouldn't have, because I'm probably more willing to trade with the Provisioner at this point, actually. I was just excited to see our Breakneck Rider. Because I don't really want to have to take 3 and let my opponent get another clue. So I'm probably going to have to block here, unless my opponent bounces this or taps it or any of those crazy things. Yeah, we're going to block the bearer here. We're not going wide enough for the Breakneck Rider to be incredible anyway. What do you have? Ooh, yeah, that's ugly. Okay. Our opponent did not get this crazy of a hand last time. This time he's definitely, it's been impressive. We could have this transform, but it's probably just better to play another body. All right. Yeah, that's not good. But at least he's not attacking us anymore. Play another Provisioner here. Oh, I tapped too much mana for it. Could also play my Pyre Hound and then have Malevolent Whispers like really hurt our opponent, but the Provisioner can block better. And I think it even enables me to attack right now. Counterspell. We at least get to draw a card off of it because of our Hermit, so it's not a complete loss. All right. We will end our turn. Yeah, this one's going to be a hard one to win. Our opponent just had all of those early tempo plays that just destroyed us. Dropped us to 9. And I was dumb enough to play like my best creature when I did. So we're going to double block the bearer here. Just try to take it down. And we do, so that's good. Oh god, 2 Nibluses is not good though. Well, that'll help. We're going to hold on to this land to discard it. So we can take down 1 Niblus. But the other one is going to hit us. So yeah, I was right that he's splashing green. Or what? No. We still haven't seen the red card that they're splashing. Maybe this is it. Burning from within for lethal. Yeah, that'll do it. All right. That is lethal, right? Well, it's lethal with the help of 1 Niblus. Let's just make sure. Yeah, it drops me to 1. I can kill only 1 Niblus. Let's see if maybe he only attacks with 1 or something silly. I don't see that being likely, but we might as well wait and see. Yeah. Okay. Do we have aim high on our sideboard? No, we don't. I had the opportunity to take some early. Also, we didn't get any clipped wings, which would be good. All right, well, I think we just hope our opponent doesn't quite get rolling as well as that this time. I think we would have lost even if we kept our 6-card hand. That was better than the 5-card one we got. I think that's the case. All right, playing first should be pretty helpful. And this is a pretty good hand. No removal, but some early bodies and a later game body that's impressive. That helped us win our other game. No Arlen Cord, but we could draw her. So we'll play a Fiend. Drops our opponent to 19. God, if we could get 2 in play with Delirium. But basically the only way we get Delirium is if we have Lightning Axe to help us out. Don't play your Daring Sleuth on turn 2 again. At least this creature, if he bounces it, you know, we get a little bit of value. Why are you not letting me hit? Okay. There you go. That was weird. So we're going to swing. I'm going to play the Convicted Killer now. If he has just the wind or something, then he has just the wind, you know. Stitched Mangler? Nope, that worries me less. I think we just attack into this. Offer up the trade. Yeah, I didn't think he would take it. I think we play another Fiend. Drop our opponent to 12. We're probably going to hold on to one land in our hand. We don't need 6 ever, and Lightning Axe, having something to discard to it is pretty big. Freaking Scarecrow. Alright, well, we don't have any attacks now, but maybe next turn. So red is what our opponent is probably splashing just for Burn from Within, which is a pretty good splash. All right, paralyzed. Well, then. Yeah, that card it's just awesome. So we keep drawing it when we can play and equip it, and our opponent is too tapped out to do anything about it. So we're just going to crunch in there. Drops our opponent down to 6. And we'll end our turn. So if he kills it, we get our own flyer, like the only way this deck can produce a flyer, basically. Well, now he's even bigger. Our opponent probably has just the wind or something. Oh, actually, now if he removes it, I don't get a flyer, because now it's a werewolf. But no, we probably don't move it. I was kind of thinking I could move it. I could attack with everything. Yeah, let's do that. See what our opponent has for us. All right. So he's probably going to kill at least one Gibbering Fiend here. Maybe 2. He goes to 4 if he doesn't kill both of them, so there's that. Another spell would make it so he can kill both without losing anything. Yeah, like that. All right. Well, that sucked. There was a legitimate chance of something like that happening, and I thought it was worth the risk, and I think it still probably was. I guess Dual Shot would have killed that thing. I think it's probably better to play our Killer and just re-equip it than it is to play our Pyrehound. Where's Arlen Cord when you need her? All right, opponent's starting to get in there. All right, I think we fairly happily just attack into that. Because we get a Spirit. He has to block it. He could just chump, I guess. Which I'd be okay with, too. Yeah, he's just chumping. So the question is, and I think we do it, I think we move the Slayer's Plate over to our trample creature and end our turn. If he has just the wind or something, you know, would have happened anyway. We don't get a token here if he kills it, a creature token, a spirit token, that is. All right. Land is not really what I was hoping to draw there. I think I move it. Well, no, he's not a human anymore either. So we'll just attack with what it's already on. If he were still a human, then it would be a little better. To move it, that is. Gotta block it with something. Alright, this is holding me back more. Although, if he uses a trick, then that won't die. One of them's gonna survive, I can tell you that. This might be holding me back, but he has to win with something like that. So, we'll do the damage like this. Kind of doubt we get to do it the way it looks like we're going to. Oh, yeah, we definitely don't get to. We do still get to kill that, though, so unless he plays yet another spell. Oh, and he might. He's going to try to. Yeah, we took down the flyer, at least. We'll move Slayer's Plate back to this, which gives us an 8/6, and end our turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. All the tempo cards are showing up. Please don't give me another land. Please don't give me another land. I've had enough of them. Ugh. All right. Well, things don't look great. I mean, there are lots of cards we can draw that can get us out of this. You know, Rabid Bite. I mean, there's a chance our opponent doesn't have a whole lot going on in his hand, too. And if we get to untap, we're in pretty good shape. Or you could have Nephalia Moondrakes, which is pretty bad for us. Because even if he blocks with it, he can then give this flying from the graveyard. So don't give me a land. Right, you're not a land. You're not exactly incredible, but I'll take you. He's going to have to block at least. Another trick would really mess us up here, obviously, but I don't think we really have a choice. Okay, good. That actually happened. So he can give his guy flying from the graveyard, but that's not going to be enough. That is not going to be enough for us to lose immediately. Anyway, he needs like another tempo play. Although, even if we move Slayer's Plate to Harvest Hand now, that's enough to kill him. So I'm not going to do that right now because I don't really see a reason to. I probably should have, I guess. I was just assuming he'd give his guy flying, but okay. All right. So do we attack with both? I think we probably do. Well, maybe not. Yeah, we probably do. See if our opponent uses another trick to destroy our sad selves. Or if he's just forced into a chump, which is what we're hoping for. Okay, he's just forced into a trump. Now we play our Blood Mad Vampire. And we end the turn. Do we get the win here finally? We do. Okay, that's good. Got a little sketchy there at the end after we dominated most of Game 3. All right, so we are 1-0. I'll see you guys for Match 2. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to